Start recording. Okay. So progress in the testing version. So I updated the call this the non-testing external, meaning it's shared to the public. This one. So the drop down still works. So this thing will still work. It's untouched. This thing though, because the reason it's untouched because everything's a function right now. It's if. It's if. It's an if statement. The problem with this is that you have to copy paste it. So if you forget to copy paste it, so if you copy paste it, and it uses this hull reference, so you have to manually encode this. Okay. Okay. So let's look at the test version. So now I removed that here. So you only edit these things. You only edit this. You only edit this. You only edit this. So this was one of the things that took the longest. So basically I made, so there was a, so you know, I used Google Gemini, the professional version 2.5 Pro. So just making, okay, so just making this took a while because it cannot hold the information. Whatever information command that you create, it has to dump it somewhere for it to check, especially since each ship is its own table. So you have to place something you have to dump something. You have to dump the information, like, so here in this case, if this is the ship's, detons. So if I make it 300, I made it that this will update. This should update. Okay, it updates, and all of these should update. It didn't update. Let's try that again. 400. Okay. Okay. So it doesn't update. So 300. So this updates. Then I have to copy paste this because it will recalculate. It'll recalculate everything based on this. Okay, so it's recalculating. So as you can see, there's a hull reference. So certain things are based on the hull. So of course, 1 deton of hull is 1 deton of quantity, and of course so this is a non-gravitic NG, non-gravitic hull. So it's half the price. So it's because it's non-gravitic, it's half the price, and should be actually much lower megawatt. But anyway, call this. Okay, so it's non-gravitic, and because it's non-gravitic, yeah, it pulls that information here. It puts it here because it cannot store it. And then of course you just tell it to multiply this. You just tell it to return and multiply based on what's here on this table. So because I didn't know that until I did this. What I did was I created a simple script that will base it on the table. So one of the key things here is you have to say what is the ship by giving it the range. So it looks at up to L. So you'll notice it's only up to here, but these things are just, you know, they're kind of just references. So so because you have to dump this information, I think I will later on dump everything here, like the performance, the delta V, the thrust, like even the crew. I'll dump it here, and I'll figure out a way that the system can identify and look for this text and just get the variable after this. So yeah, so so that's kind of like how it's progressing. So this is like a significant milestone for it. So know that once as soon as I finish making it and I can convert all 24 ships into Mongoose Traveler, I'm gonna proceed to make my own system that is mass based. So you won't be using detons. It's gonna be mass based, and you know it's I figured out some things conceptually how I'm gonna tackle air body, because you know when you have air body, you sacrifice mass tons for more lift. and you have less remaining mass tons left. Call this so. What's that? Sorry, you don't lose mass tons. You lose more. Yeah, yeah. So effectively, you lose more mass tons. So yeah, so with call this with the surface area of a ship. So so yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna be using that. So first is again 200, and it's gonna populate. So for to make it yeah, to trigger it, I will just copy paste so that all of this will update. So it's updating. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, I made it simple. If it doesn't use this reference, it'll just multiply by 1. And of course, this thing, this counter, remaining tons, total cost, of course, you don't want it that it's a formula that you can copy. You want it that, what you call this, I copy paste this entire thing into a row, into an empty space, update the name, update the cells, the cell range of the row, and call this update the range, update the cell range of the row. So the importance of this is because the script is going to look for, okay, what's the hull here in this range, where is hull. Later on it'll be in this range, where is a bridge, in this range, where is cargo, and then everything after cargo. So that, yeah, so the thing about cargo should have a different color, and everything under cargo will be remaining cargo mass. Remaining cargo mass. Yeah. So that's one of the elements of the thing. So yeah. Did I? Yeah. So yeah, it's a negative megawatt. So so that's the progress so far. If yeah, and of course the call this, it's extensively commented, so you'll notice this. Yeah, this, so I'm using Gemini Pro 2.5 Pro, so you can comment extensively. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to what you call this, document it so it's easy for another person to just use Gemini or ChatGPT or what's that one, Claude or Anthropic, whatever, to use it to modify the sheet. Yeah, but yeah, so so the goal is once I make all 26 ships, it's all here, and of course you can just copy paste it. The reason why I'm spending all this effort here is because if I had to edit a ship, it's gonna be hell. It's usually I'll learn something and then, oh my god, I have to copy, edit it. So what I'll do is I'll create a script that will just recalculate everything based on changes here. Because if you change here, this is what you're editing. This is not what you're editing. Scripts are designed to edit the active sheet. So this is the active sheet where I'm working on right now. And since it's just one person, yeah, it's active sheet. So yeah, and so I have an interesting trick here where so I have a working sheet, a working code, and I'm gonna go to the next code. I'm gonna create a new code, call this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another save. I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna comment. So that's control control backslash. So is it here? Yeah, there. Control backslash is here. So so this is the latest progress. Rename. So the name of this is the date 25/01. So we're using Chinese, Korean, Japanese, year YYMM DD 10/04. So this one. So everything is commented. So you can just uncomment it and then copy paste it if this one breaks. So this is how I'm saving progress. Yeah, as you can see, I'm using these kinds of date codes. It's really helpful. I teach my staff to do it this way. This is like your save points. So yeah, it's okay. So right now it's kind of working. I just have to what remains. What's remaining is call this. Now that everything is kind of working, uh, call this. I will make each ship, and as I make the ship, I discover lackings of the plans. One of the things I'm gonna do is so there's gonna be a gravitic thrust M drive. So I'm gonna allow fractions of this. So basically, TL9 ships, which are only capable of M drive 1, thrust 1, um, at 0 to 1, 0.1 to 1. So it's so that's really fast. 0.1 thrust infinite delta V is fast. So we're gonna do that, but I will convert it to um, the reaction drive. So what will happen is first is I'll probably make this sheet all what you call this fractions of thrust 1. So so it's gonna be thrust 1, and the specs will all be here. So yeah, so one of the other things I wanted to do was you can copy paste this to a doc file. So if I open call this doc new, if I open a doc file, paste unlinked, so we can copy it. So you'll notice this will have all the stats. So what will happen is what I expect is the GM might just copy paste the contents of this, or I haven't fully figured out how this is going to work. But the thing about it is, some GMs, when you're a GM, you need like the summary of the specs, and you want this separate. So maybe like this is in another page. I haven't figured out that part. If you look at this version, I have like this is a quick summary of everything, including all the way here. But the thing about it is that I have to copy this entire thing, and nothing can break here. Nothing can break here. If something breaks here, it's gonna be a problem. So this is kind of like harder to do. But here with this section, it's just that I copy paste it and I just change the contents. So yeah. So for me, so one interesting thing about it is this is called, I call this the bill of materials or bill of quantity. So I come from construction and manufacturing, and this is how we actually like plan furniture and construction. It's using bill of quantities, and the staff has to manually write things down, and that's where so much error is, especially when we're working with inventory systems and stuff. And this is both for work and for the game. Hopefully I get paid for this, but like and I'm gonna have to teach some staff to do this. But yeah, I haven't figured out the way it's gonna present the data in a way that the GM can easily show it. Here's the trade-off of that. There's that detail that you want, and then there's that detail that you need, the specifics that you need, and those are two different things, but you want them to be easily accessible. So definitely this will become an app. As I mentioned before, we're making a progressive web app. The logic of this is gonna carry over to my staff when they're using React tables. But that one has its own constraints, because it's gonna achieve the same thing with React tables, but it's designed to be done on your phone. So it's like, okay, that's a headache. And but like at the same time, it's the same technique will carry over for bill of quantities when we have technicians, engineers, civil works engineers, and furniture designers going to the job site, and they just have their phone and they want to be able to quickly jot down the bill of materials for this particular piece of furniture. Um, or this particular civil work. So they know that there's this wall, the wall that they're gonna do that has a stand. We have a standard for it, and automatic. These things will auto populate. So this is like the prototype for that. Yeah, call this. So yeah, you'll notice a pattern of the game and real world always giving feedback to each other. Uh, so yeah, okay, so I updated the one that's external. You get to play with this. You just need to do is copy and then make sure that you be able to activate Google Apps Script. The details are there. You'll see it here. It's well commented. Again, just call this. Just need to copy it. And I'm gonna take a break. I have a headache. Uh, call this. Hopefully, I finish this soon and I can make all the ships. And yeah, once I make all the ships, yeah, call this. Once I make all the ships, and I think you could see the ships here. Once we make all the ships, we hope that I get to post this in the Mongoose Traveler thread, because like in the end of the day, we Creative Commons this hull so that people can just use it. I call this can just use it and make adventures based on it. Okay. Yeah. So I hope I was able to explain how the code works, the challenges, how you could probably edit it, and of course the logic why I had to do this kind of weird thing. And of course when you see it, it's just easy to hide this later on. So it's easy to hide it later on. That way people can understand how this is working out. And okay, yeah, looking forward to your feedback. Okay, this is just Nakin of Game in the Brain. I hope this was helpful. I'll be seeing you guys.